Hi everyone, today's video is so special to me because I don't know if you follow me on Instagram, and if you don't, you should, but I'm getting married in 1 month. And so today I am trying on for the second time, because I've already tried once and it didn't work out, how to do my bridal makeup. This is the registration ceremony for this first ceremony / registration in a town hall. I thought I would hire someone to do my hair, not having this hairstyle that you see me now, so use a little bit of fantasy, but I would rather invest the money in that since I'm not really good at it, and do my makeup by myself. So anyway, let's get on to the tutorial. I will stop talking now, so I will insert a voiceover on this because I also want to time myself doing this makeup. And this is something that you should do as well, because on the day of your wedding, you want to know exactly how to time yourself, doing your makeup, and then going into hair and still being punctual for the ceremony. Right now is 12:28. Let's see how much time it takes me. I start off with the Guerlain Météorites primer, using 2 pumps for my entire face. It gives me a candlelit light that will show through my foundation. For my brows, I use the MAC retractable pencil in Lingering for the most natural effect. All products and links will be in the description box, by the way. I move in feather light, small motions and seal everything with Benefit's 24 Hours Brow Setter Brow Gel, because it's simply the best. For my foundation, I use the Guerlain L'Essentiel. It is a very natural foundation with a good coverage and 16-hour wear. I apply it with my sponge in very thin layers, one section of the face at a time, because this allows me to control the coverage only when I need, where I need it, and to maintain a very natural effect. We don't want any cakey face. I spent a lot of time perfecting the base like this and applying very thin layers, because obviously, because we don't want any cakey face, we need to move them very lightly. For my concealer, I chose Nars, and once again I work in thin layers, and for me the triangle placement is best. For my dark circles, because they are so deep set, I use a sponge for the most natural result. I seal my under eye area with a little bit of powder and just my under eye. Then I clean the area around my brows with a matte concealer for maximum definition and to hide any little hairs that you might have. Believe me, this trick makes a huge difference in photos. Then I move on to contouring. In this phase, I'll use all cream products and then I will seal them up with powders. I spent a lot of time perfectioning contouring, and for best results I used a brush to apply it and then blend even more and remove the excess with a sponge. To contour the jawline, always blend downwards or you look like you have a beard. And for the nose, use a pencil brush. For the most lively blush, I chose Violette FR Inés. It's super glowy and bambine. I use a lot of blush because I love it, but also because it's the first thing that fades away during the day. Plus, once the finishing powder is applied, it will look just enough. My highlighter is Violette FR Baume Shine for a new classical glow. It has a transparent base and it's so natural. I sealed this first cream layer with this amazing glowy golden spray from CATRICE. I'll glow hard, guys. Now it's time to seal everything with powders. Firstly, the contour. I'm using powders from the same brands as the contour stick because they'll work greatly together. Don't worry if it seems like a lot. The finishing powder will diffuse it, but now you'll still see the definition in photos. For my bronzer and blush, I chose Hourglass because these powders reflect the light like no other. They have a glass skin effect and blur. In this case, you want to blend everything upwards. And here I exaggerated with my highlighter on the big day. I will definitely skip this and use only Baume Shine. Now I can finally set everything with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Translucent Setting Powder. I use a sponge because it gives the more blurred finish. And then for my finishing powder, I use Guerlain Les Météorites again, and I buff it lightly all over to blend and give that amazing candlelit glow. Now there's no telling where everything begins and ends. And for the eyes, I tightline the upper lash line, holding my lid with a puff so that you don't see any fingerprints. I use a special day palette by Linha Mariana Saad as it was created for weddings. I curled the lashes before starting as I don't want to remove any eyeshadow. Then using the Snabla 202 brush, I define my crease. This brush has an anatomical shape for that and I highly recommend it. But I forgot to define my brow bone and inner corner first. If you want to know more about my process for smoky eyes on deep set eyes, check the video I'll link here above. And then I started building my base, my transition, lower lash line using the same shades from the palette with a small detail brush or brushes, dare I say. Next, I use this Guerlain Quad, the bronze shade to warm up my outer corner. To define my lash line, I use a shimmery brown eyeliner that's very creamy and can be blended. To do so, I use a smudge brush. And I set the eye pencil with a dark neutral brown. And then I use my sponge and a very big fluffy brush to blend everything together because you don't want to have any lines. Since I don't want it to be too defined, I use a brown taupe shimmery shade to bring some light to my mobile lid. And then I spray some finishing spray on the back of my hand and dip my finger in it to take this champagne shimmer shade and really make the shimmer stand out. the Pat McGrath Quad, I use a Topper Rose Gold Shadow. Lastly, I apply a nude eye pencil on the lower lash line. And use the YSL Lash Clash Mascara that has a great long-lasting formula, and I use a thin layer because I will apply corner lashes. While the mascara dries, I do my lips, lining the volumes of my lips and correcting the asymmetry of the pigmentation of my lips, and I use a warm brownish nude to do so. Then a pink glossy lipstick by Dior that gives me hydration, color, and gloss. I can't work it off, but I use these amazing self-adhesive falsies from Kiss in my outer lashes, and voila! How do you like it? Give it a thumbs up and tell me in the comments. Congratulations!